After teaching Japanese to 100 plus foreigners, I noticed this one thing that's keeping people stuck. So you guys have big dreams like you want to move to Japan or get a job here one day, but there's just one thing that most people are missing, which is putting the right words in the right place so that your Japanese actually makes sense. My name is Sean Nairn and I'm an interpreter in Japan. I also teach foreigners Japanese so that one day you can live here. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to create sentences so that you can actually sound more fluent in Japanese. Let's dive right into it. When it comes to sentence creation, we have words that you probably already know, plus phrases. So when you connect these two, it becomes a sentence. But in between these two, there needs to be a connector. All right. And you're like, huh, interesting. What are these called? This connector is called particles. All right, so first, before we start, let's define what a particle is. So it's a connector that when putting in the middle of words, it transforms it into a sentence. Who here doesn't want to go from short words or phrases to long sentences? We all want to do that. I want to give you a little present at the first part. I call it my particle pyramid. When it comes to basic particles, there are three things. First, the general stuff, general topics, right? We have, general topics like the weather, food, all that. Second, we have deeper conversations. And then we got the action. Okay, I'm going to explain it in a minute, so don't worry. First, the general stuff we're talking about is like I said, weather, food, or person. Are you talking about the weather? Are you talking about dinner, food, right? Or are you talking about a person as your, boss or whatever it is, right? So in this case, we're talking about general stuff, right? In this case, we use the particle wa. Okay, let me give you a few examples. So general topics, we're using wa. We're talking about the weather. Tenki wa ii desu. The weather is great. So in this case, when we talk about the weather, it becomes a wa. Okay, another example is my mother's doing okay, or my parents are doing okay. Sorry, I made a mistake there. Oya wa genki desu. Okay, these two that I'm sharing with you right now are very general. Okay, that's why we use wa. So now let's go back to our particle pyramid, and we just covered general. Okay, so let's talk about deeper stuff. When it comes to deeper conversations, well, like what happens here? What do we change? Weather becomes, is it sunny or rainy? Okay, food becomes like a burger, right? A person that you're talking about here, a general person, when you're talking on a deeper level, it becomes like is it a friend? Is it a boss? Is it a coworker? We go, it's kind of a subcategory. Okay, and in this case, we use ga. And now you're going, huh? No one taught me the difference between wa and ga, but it makes sense now. Great, because it's going to get better, okay? So how do we use ga? Okay, we're just going from general to diving deeper, okay? The subcategory, we use ga, okay? Instead of the weather, now I want to talk about rain, okay? So rain is a subcategory of weather, as well as, being sunny is kind of a subcategory of weather. If you agree, let's move on, right? So it's raining. Ame, instead of wa, ame ga futtemasu. It changes into a ga. Interesting, right? And we're talking about a person, but we're saying what kind of person this is. Okay, so we're diving deeper. Mr. Tanaka is my boss. Okay, Tanaka-san ga joushi desu. I hope this is making sense, guys. All right, so we're going a little deeper now. Okay, this is ga. Now, the interesting thing that we can do from here is we have general topics, deeper, and then we have all these phrases that we talk about. If you want to do something to that person or do something to the food you're talking about, like avoid rain, call your boss, or make a burger, okay, we're doing it in action now. This becomes wo. Okay, if you're doing the action, we can add an o. Okay, so example, doing the action, wo. I want to avoid getting wet. We all do. So instead of wa or ga, we're doing the action here. Ame wo saketai desu. You see where I'm going with this? Saketai desu means I want to avoid. Okay. And what are we going to avoid? Ame wo. All right. Another example is hamburger wo tsukurimasu. I'll make a hamburger. We're doing an action to a hamburger where we're making it. Any verb or action that you're doing it directly, it becomes wo. All right. So guys, I hope this short video made sense. Again, going back to our pyramid, we got general, we got a little deeper, and then we got doing an action to it. Okay. And guys, if you do this over and over, like learn particles, and learn how to create sentences by watching my videos like this, I guarantee you that your sentences will make more sense in Japanese instead of just like throwing a lot of, a bunch of words at people. It just doesn't make sense if you say like, ame futteiru. So if you want to sound more sophisticated, ame ga futteimasu. You want to call someone, you want to call your boss, 電話をします instead of 電話したい, right? You don't want to sound like you're speaking pigeon Japanese. You want to sound a little better. Okay, so that was kind of the purpose of this video. If this video helped you, please give it a like and talk about it with your friends and family. Right? This was Sean Nairn reporting from the Nagoya region. I'll talk to you in our next one. Bye bye.